Last messages I never sent to my darling. There are words I buried deep inside my chest because I thought love was strong enough to survive my silence. But silence is not mercy. It is a slow kind of bleeding that never shows. On the outside only breaks. The inside, my darling, I still write you in places no one sees, in broken hours of the night, when even sleep refuses me. I write you in my thoughts, on empty roads, in crowded rooms, in the middle of fake smiles that hide my truth. I never sent these messages because I feared you would leave faster than my words could reach your heart. But maybe you already left long before I stopped speaking. I remember the first time I called you mine, not with words, but with silence that felt like promise. You smiled like morning light, soft and unaware that I was already writing forever into your name. I thought love was simple, just holding hands, just staying close, just never letting distance win. But I didn't know love also breaks without sound, without warning, without asking for permission. My darling, I should have told you how much I feared losing you, even while you were still here. But I acted strong, like strength could protect love from disappearing. It didn't. You still left in ways I didn't notice. At first, slowly, quietly, like a sunset, pretending to stay. There were nights I typed your name into empty chats just to feel you exist one more time inside my world. Then I deleted it because I knew you would never read it again. And that hurt more than your goodbye. I wanted to say, I am sorry for every moment I became too quiet, too distant, too afraid to love you properly. I wanted to say, I still choose you, even after you stopped choosing me. But pride is a strange prison. It locks love inside silence and calls it dignity. My darling, do you remember how we used to talk like time was never ending? We built dreams on broken hours. We laughed like nothing could ever fall apart. But dreams are fragile things. They don't survive neglect, distance, or unsent words. I still carry you in fragments, small pieces of everything we used to be. Your voice still echoes in my empty days like a song I can't turn off, no matter how hard I try. And sometimes I swear I see you in strangers passing by just to remind me how much I lost. These are the messages I never sent you. I miss you more than I admit, even to myself. I waited for you to come back in ways you never promised. I forgave you before you even said sorry. I still love you, even when I shouldn't, but none of them ever reached you. They died inside me before they could become words on your screen. My darling, tell me, was I too late? Or were we always temporary, pretending to be forever? Because I built an entire world around your name and you left without noticing the collapse. I confess, I replay us like broken film, searching for the exact moment we started falling apart. Was it my silence, your distance, or just time doing what it does best? Taking everything without asking. I still write your name in my thoughts like a prayer that no longer has a listener, and every word feels like I am calling into a room that no longer exists. My darling, if you ever wonder whether I still care, the answer is written in every version of me that never moved on. Even my healing feels like betrayal because part of me refuses to let you go completely. There are nights I almost send these messages, but I stop because what's the point of knocking on a door that has already been removed from the house? I learned how to smile again, but it feels like wearing someone else's skin because the real me still lives in the time before goodbye, before silence, before us became memory. My darling, if love is meant to stay forever, then why does it leave so easily in people we trusted most? Or maybe love doesn't leave, we just stop recognizing it when it changes form. I wanted to build a future with you, but I ended up building poems out of your absence. Instead, every line is a door you never opened, every word a step you never took back. I still remember your last words, not because they were loud, but because they were final. And finals are always the hardest to accept. My darling, these are my last messages, not because I stopped loving you, but because I finally understood you are no longer waiting to read them. So I keep them here, inside this poem, like letters never mailed, like love never returned, like us never completed. And maybe that is what we became, a story that ended before it ever finished speaking. But even now, if I close my eyes, I still find you in the soft corners of my broken thoughts, smiling like you never left at all. My darling, I thought silence would make me strong, but it only made me a stranger to my own feelings. Every unsent message became a weight inside my chest, like stones stacked carefully, one regret on top of another, and now even breathing feels like I am carrying your memory through every second of my life. I still open old conversations, not to read them, but to feel what we were before everything turned into distance. The typing bubbles still haunt me, like ghosts waiting for replies that never came, and I realize sometimes love doesn't end, it just stops responding. My darling, I once believed if I loved you enough, you would stay no matter what. But love is not a chain, it is a choice. And I forgot that people can choose to walk away even from something beautiful. There were nights I wrote you poems inside my head, perfect lines, perfect feelings, perfect apologies. But morning always erased them before they became real. And that is how I lost you, not in one moment, but in 1,000 unfinished sentences. I still remember the way you said my name, like it meant something soft and alive, like it belonged to a future we never reached. Now, even my name feels unfamiliar without your voice touching it. My darling, I don't blame you for leaving. I blame myself for not saying what I should have said when it still mattered. I need you. I'm scared. I'm not okay without you. But I acted like silence could protect me from losing you. It didn't. Sometimes I imagine you reading this years later, wondering if I ever stopped loving you. And the truth is, I didn't. I just stopped being able to reach you with words that still belong to your heart. I walk past places we once shared, and they look like empty photographs of a life that refused to continue. Even the air feels different, like it forgot how we used to exist together in it. My darling, I keep asking myself if you ever miss me the way I miss you, or if I am just a chapter you finished reading too quickly to remember. There is a strange pain in being remembered by someone who has already forgotten you, and I think that is what I am now. To you, a fading echo in a room you no longer enter. I tried to move on. I really did. But moving on feels like betraying the version of me that still waits for you in silence. So I stay stuck between healing and holding on to something that no longer exists. My darling, I still talk to you in my thoughts, like you are listening, like you are just quiet for now, like one day you might reply from somewhere beyond distance. But deep down, I know I am talking to emptiness that learned how to wear your name. I once wrote, I will never forget you, as a promise, but now it feels like a curse because forgetting you was never possible in the first place. Even my dreams betray me. They bring you back for a few seconds and then take you away again, like the universe enjoys repeating my loss. My darling, if I could send one final message without fear, it would be this. I loved you in every version of myself that I never showed you, but even that stays unsent, like everything else that mattered. I don't know if you ever understood how deeply you became part of my silence, because now even quiet moments feel like they belong to you. And maybe that is what love does. It doesn't disappear, it just changes form into memory, into pain, into unfinished words that never find their destination. My darling, this is not a goodbye because goodbyes require closure, and I never received mine. This is just another message I will never send, but will always keep writing inside myself until even silence forgets my name. Last messages I never sent to my darling. Part 3, Final Confession. My darling, if you are ever reading this in some quiet moment of your life, just know these words were never meant to chase you. They were only meant to survive me because I was drowning in everything I never said to you. I learned something painful about love. It doesn't always end with betrayal or anger. Sometimes it ends quietly with unfinished sentences that never get a reply. And that kind of ending hurts the most because there is no closure, only endless wondering. What if I had said it? My darling, I still remember the way we used to talk, like nothing in the world could separate us. We built tomorrow out of today's laughter and believed that time was on our side, but time was never ours. It was just passing through, taking pieces of us without asking permission. I once thought you were my forever, but forever is a word too heavy. for human hands. We dropped it somewhere between misunderstandings and silent nights and never found it again. There were things I should have told you when your eyes still looked for mine. I was afraid of losing you more than I showed. I needed you more than I admitted. I broke myself trying not to break you.